Stop being a pussy, you'll figure it out. That's the only saying you need to go by in your life as a man. Whether it's you're going through a heartbreak, whether it's you're starting your first business, whether it's you're going out there in the adventure, or any type of risk that you don't want to take because you're scared to, because you're letting your thoughts get the best of you, because you don't want to experience the outcomes that you fear of heading towards, is what's gonna set you back from living to the fullest, from becoming the man that you need to be, from experiencing it all and having a story to your life, from being great in general. There's so much risk the moment you're brought into here that it truly does matter when they say the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Because if you take a big risk and you don't get the reward that you want, you will get the reward that you needed to get the bigger reward, to get something that you didn't expect that you would have wanted until you have experienced that risk, that pain, those hard to swallow pill conversations or moments that you have in solitude or with another person that you care for or love so dearly. And as a man, you have to understand that no risk, no story. You need to stop being a pussy. You need to stop fearing that risk and just go take it. Just do what you said you were gonna say. Stop letting all these alternate realities that you have in your mind eat the destination you're supposed to go to. Because your destination will change as the paths that you take, during the paths that you take, Because, let me put it this way. When we're kids, a lot of people, or when you're younger and naive and ignorant, you'd hear this saying of people never change. That's not true. You will always remember how you used to think, but you will adapt to your environment because of the adjustments that you experience, whether that's trauma. And it doesn't have to be like serious trauma where you saw someone die. No, like trauma as in a heartbreak, trauma as in your business failed, trauma as in you were put to shame. Those are moments of trauma, and that will learn, and that would give you a learning experience to adjust and mature in life, to create a better you. It's going to give you more grit. It's going to give you a story behind your life. It's going to give you meaning. It's going to fulfill and rage your drive to get after what you want. And you being scared, you not wanting to take the risk, you not wanting to endure the embarrassment, endure the heartbreak, endure the business failures that you may have, because you will have them. Bad things will come. That is unavoidable. And the longer you prolong it, the worse it's going to be. It really is. If you don't face yourself now, if you don't understand who you are through solitude, if you haven't gone through solitude to understand who you are, how you think alone, what you truly want and desire, you will mess up so many relationships. You will live for others. You will be malleable to your environment in a bad way. Your environment will shape you instead of you creating your environment, instead of you shaping that for yourself. And once you have discovered who you are, what your past experiences have taught, what your past experiences have taught you, and what it is that you want for your future, that is when you can go out and start making connections, relationship-wise, whether that's with your lover, whether that's with friends, whether that's with family. You don't have to be in monk mode or solitude forever to find out what it is that you need and who you are. But that's the fear that most people take, because they don't want to sit in silence. They want so much noise to create this escapism for them, to escape the reality that they don't want to face. And that is going to create a reality that you will dread. So, saying this again, no risk, no story. Stop being a pussy. You'll figure it out, because you will. You're a man. No matter how many times you're going to be ashamed, no matter how many times you're going to cry alone, feel like you want to die, feel like you want to end your life, feel like it's all over, it's not. Because you're still alive, and you still have so much to write for your own story and create. And having this autonomy for yourself and realization that you can do whatever it is that you want, as long as your choices are intentional and they're for the good, you will attract so many great things towards yourself, because people and your environment will sense that, and your opportunities will open to greater things. But that cannot happen if you're a pussy and you don't want to take that risk. And if you keep living in this mentality that you won't figure it out, because you will. My younger self would never have imagined I would be recording this video talking about this subject. He really wouldn't have. He was out there playing Legos, building houses on Minecraft, playing Roblox, and I thought I was gonna be a painter. So at least I have that skill, but I thought I was gonna be an architect or do something with art just because I liked creativity. I loved creating. But look at where I'm at now. I graduated high school, I wanna say maybe 3 years ago now, and we're coming up to the third year. And I immediately went to work because I knew that I didn't know exactly what I wanted from school, so I didn't want to give myself an unnecessary experience that would waste my time, and rather just go out into the world and see what people are doing and see what I like and see what I enjoy and what living life truly means to me. So I started working as a beach attendant for the summer for 3 months, and that's when I got into the thought of wanting to own real estate. And I got my first Airbnb. I did Airbnb arbitrage. I did that for 1 year, and I gained a whole lot of experience. Did it go great? Not so much. My profit margins were super small. I was probably making like 200 to 500 a month, but that doesn't account for the total upfront costs that I had in terms of furnishing, in terms of paying out the cleaners. So in total, I lost $20,000 or $30,000 in my first year. And it was a learning experience. It sucked. I cried so many times, and I felt like I was alone because I did it alone. No one helped me out. I did it with my hard-earned money. I saved up $10,000 for last month in security deposit and for furnishing, and I just started, which is what you need to do. Just start, because from there you will adjust. You will learn from your mistakes, how people are in the real world, in business, how people treat you. That's how you mature to become the person that you thought you can never be, or that you see other people be, or that you see how other people are and you're like, wow, I want to be like that guy, or how can this guy maintain his calmness, or how does he have this aura on him? And it's because of the grit and maturity and hard pain that he had to go through to be that kind of guy. And I did a whole bunch of other things to find out what I wanted. Like, I did day trading, of course. I tried to do TikTok, where it was like I forgot exactly what it was, but TikTok paid you by when people would watch your videos. It was like these Minecraft videos where it was just basically like brain rot videos. I did that didn't work, and now I'm doing fitness coaching. Just as of recent, I want to say I'm entering my 3rd month into fitness coaching, or 2nd month. But 4 months ago, I was coaching on mindset, and it didn't work out in terms of being able to monetize it, but it allowed me to discover myself. It allowed me to be able to kind of be a mentor towards others, be someone who can it allowed me to become the person that knows what to say at the right time, or tell you things that you didn't know you needed to hear. And for me, that was a shocker, because I was always a guy that could never say the right things, or didn't know when was the right time to say it. And it's just a lot that you have to go through to get to that point. It's a learning experience. That's what life is about. You experience it, you have memories of those experiences, and you learn from those mistakes or from those improvements, and you keep getting better. Listen, I was out in a 2-year plus relationship with a person that I love dearly, and I thought she was the one. I really thought she was the one. We shared so many great memories. We did so many things for our first time, traveled, had intimate moments, did stuff that you do in a serious relationship that you think of long term. And I got along really well with her family, especially her father, and it was just great. It was overall great, but it just didn't end up working out because I wasn't yet the man that I needed to be for her. I couldn't support her emotionally and financially, essentially, for her to be with me all the time and just be the boyfriend that she needed. And I was very naive in the relationship, and it still hurts. It still hurts. That's a heartbreak is, especially when you love someone, it's something that's going to hit you really deep within you. And a lot of you guys know that. And I fucking bawled my eyes out. I felt like I was gonna die. I felt like I couldn't just progress, but I knew that no matter how bad it got, I knew that I still needed to keep going. It's just something that you keep on doing, that no matter how bad it gets, you just have to keep going. And I just did. And things are looking much better now in life, but the pain hasn't gone away, because it's still fresh, and I don't know if it will. So when you have these hardships, find things that you can cope with it, whether that's the gym, because it's going to improve you mentally and physically, whether that's starting a new business, because it's going to give you the freedom to do what you want with your time and do what you want whenever you want. And whatever other adventures that attracts you, those are coping mechanisms for your hardships, because it allows you to deal with it. And when you're very busy on improving yourself and improving the life that you want to create, you're going to think of that pain less and less, because you're very busy on building, on becoming. And if you're still having trouble getting over the hardships, and you're still clinging on to these difficult times, your vision to be great isn't that great. Because what scares me the most, rather than heartbreak, is not being able to be free, not being able to have location and time freedom and financial freedom, essentially, not being able to support the people I love or buy their time back. If I'm going to a country for a month and I really like this person, whether it's my best friend or my family member, like my parents or my siblings, and I want to bring them to tag along with me, I want to be able to afford them to come with me, to compensate them. And that is what true freedom is. You have total autonomy over yourself and your environment and making things happen. But that won't come if you're a pussy and you think you won't figure it out. Because you will figure it out. You're a man. And you will realize this once you go head in first and just endure the embarrassment, endure the risk, and endure the bad things, because bad things will come. Hard times create great men, tough men. And we've all heard this from the Roman Empire, and it's so cliche to say, but it's true. Put yourself through these hardships and you will make yourself great. Alright guys, this is a more than longer video that I had planned, 15 minutes, but I just finished the workout and I felt like, for me, today felt really difficult. Actually, last night felt really difficult just because, like I said, the heartbreak is still pretty fresh, and just me starting a new line of business and just not having that freedom yet, and not being able to live the life that I want to. Now, you're gonna have mental battles, but your vision has to be great, and it has to be a reminder that you need to keep improving every single day. And I recorded this video because yesterday, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough, I can't lie. I was really going through it, thinking about the breakup, thinking about how it was my fault. And even if there was some fault on the other side, it's much better to just accept that you are responsible for how that relationship went. Because if you hesitate when someone asks you, did you give it your best? Then you are fully responsible. A relationship it's something that works at both responsibilities, and not something that is towards leaning, and not something that just leads towards one person and not towards the other. Someone can't be 80% and the other one's 50. You both are fully responsible. And me realizing that I wasn't fully responsible in my choices and how they weren't for the best, it's something that it's tough to think about, but you learn. And if the opportunities come back again, because they will, when better times come, you will be the person that you wanted to be but didn't want to go through the tough times to becoming that person, and you'll be much more satisfied with the outcome that you get. Alright gents, cutting this off here because I don't want to push 20 minutes, but if you guys have listened through the end, I love you so much. Support each other, support your friends, support like-minded people, and just love those who look down upon you. They might be going through something and they're not open-minded enough to understand other people's situations, so remember to always stay calm and to give kindness towards them. Remember to love yourself and get after everything your inner child dreamed of. Alright guys, I love you so much, and thank you so much for just listening. This is really going to help you a lot. It is. Have a good night guys. I'm about to go upstairs, cook some food, stretch, and go to sleep. Tomorrow's a new day, a new mindset, and a fresh start to making a great life for yourself. Let's get it guys.